Hello, I'm Jane Dutton with a wrap of the week's news.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
Will the National Prosecuting Authority, Shamila Batoy, make it beyond the cold front that's on its way? Some political parties want her gone. Action SA says the National Director should leave the position due to high-profile failures by the NPA. The DA says it doesn't support her removal.
As far as the removal of the NDPP goes, we certainly wouldn't table such a motion, and we would certainly not support it. The National Director is not the problem at the NPA. It's not a one-man job or a one-woman job.
More on that cold front. Cape Town residents will need to brace for stormy weather over the weekend. In addition to cold, wet and windy conditions, light snowfall is also likely over the mountains. Disaster teams have been activated to be on standby for any incidents around the country, particularly in KZN, vulnerable to disasters.
We will also be distributing fire beaters to municipalities for them to commence with the program of burning fire breaks in areas that are prone to wildfires.
The Special Investigating Unit has frozen more than 20 million rand worth of assets linked to irregular Transnet contracts. This includes luxury vehicles and high-value properties. The preservation order by the SIU and Transnet is part of an ongoing investigation into 3 allegedly irregular contracts for property valuation services with the port and rail company.
Transnet had referred various suspicious contracts involving Transnet property to the SIU for further investigation. The contracts awarded in 2019, 2021 and 2022 have a combined value of 89 million rands. Working closely with Transnet, the SIU's investigation revealed serious flaws in the procurement processes, raising concerns about compliance with supply chain management regulations and the possibility of undue influence in the awarding of these contracts. The SIU and Transnet believe the SOE may not have received full and fair value for the payments made under the disputed contracts. Restrained items include a Porsche 718 Boxer, a Porsche Macan, a Mercedes C200, VW Amarok, properties in Bryanston and Fourways, as well as 4 office units in Vanderbijl Park. Nogukhanya Mdambo, Eyewitness News.
Let's talk about Floyd Shivambu and his downfall in the MK party. Mkhonto Wesizwe party leader Jacob Zuma says the decision to remove Shivambu as Secretary General was partially made as a sign of respect to MK voters. The party has announced that it would be redeploying him to Parliament and he would no longer be part of top leadership. Zuma says many people wrote to the party about Shivambu attending a church service of the wanted fugitive Shepherd Bashiri during the Easter holidays.
We have taken that decision and there is nothing wrong. We were just saying this is what's supposed to be. We also had to look at what that has done to our rules.
EFF leader Julius Malema is doubtful Shivambu's deployment to Parliament will improve the MK party's performance in the National Assembly.
I don't work with Floyd anyway. Parliament or soccer match or anything. I'm getting into Floyd. So if you are saying this person is going to be in Holy Spirit and be in every committee and then boost the MK's presence in those committees, it's practically impossible.
It took a trip to the White House to refocus farm murders and rural safety. These issues were back on the parliamentary agenda on Friday, where parties debated the need for a better response to rural crime to ensure food security.
For too long, the brutality of farm attacks, as well as the effect that it has on food security, has been ignored. But finally, this House has been forced to confront the truth.
The commercial agricultural sector remains the bastion of naked racism and systemic violence against black people. The oppressive relations inherited from the past continues in democratic South Africa.
The state is playing games here. It is playing games. They know that they don't have a case and they are still going to be embarrassed. You will see. And that's why we are ready to embarrass the state.
Former Free State Premier Ace Magashule and 16 others will have to wait another 6 months for their day in court following the postponement of their high-profile asbestos trial. The main trial was expected to resume at the Bloemfontein High Court yesterday after the conclusion of the trial within a trial which saw Magashule's ex-PA, Murwadi Cholota, walk free after her extradition from the US was ruled unlawful and unconstitutional. The state will now appeal that judgment, adding Chilota is central to its case.
The state believes that there is evidence that implicates Ms. Chilota and therefore would want to see her stand trial. Unfortunately, the judge is yet to provide us with a full written judgment upon which a decisive determination will be made on the grounds of appeal and a final decision made whether to apply for leave to appeal.
The Gqeberha High Court has been shown the exact locations where Apartheid Special Branch police were surveilling the Cradock Four before abducting and assassinating them in 1985. The court went on an on-site inspection on Wednesday where Judge Tami Beshe was taken into the streets of Cradock and shown significant locations relating to the lives and deaths of the activists.
Lukhanyo Galata struggled to keep his tears back as he told the Gqeberha High Court how he felt about the failures of political leaders in democratic South Africa to prosecute his father for Galata's killers. He's pointed out that some of the people who served as presidents, ministers, premiers and ambassadors were present at his father's funeral in July 1985.
Some of them were people that had served in the trenches with my father. But as soon as it feels as if that as soon as they got into political office and they started enjoying the fruits of the freedom for which my father died for, they completely forgot about us.
Galatas told the court that he understands that the apartheid government would not kill his father and his comrades and then prosecute itself for the crime, but he does not understand why ANC governments over the last 30 years have not held apartheid killers accountable. Komzo Modise, Eyewitness News in the Eastern Cape.
A number of police officers have been deployed to safeguard the Comrades Marathon race in KwaZulu-Natal this weekend. Thousands of athletes from all over the world are expected to participate in the 90 kilometers down run from the province's capital city, Pietermaritzburg, to Durban. While 437 police officers will participate in the race, a large number of other officers have been deployed for safety and security. And if you're running, good luck.
We don't want to paint our province as a bad province. There's many things we are dealing with, social things that we are dealing with which are not good. But when you're having a marathon of this nature, it's a good feeling and everyone benefits out of it. So as law enforcement, we appreciate what is going to be happening in this weekend. And we already have members on the ground deployed.
That's a wrap of the week. Don't forget to download the EWN News app.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.